Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ultimate Career, where we're taking ourselves from zero to hero. Today we have the second race of the season. It's the Malaysian Grand Prix at Kuala Lumpur. Obviously last season was a cracker of a race, AI on a madness, and we actually scored our very first points of our career back then with Virgin, obviously. So yeah, good fortunes here so far in our career, but let's see, second time going, if we can replicate that. Obviously we were very quick in Australia last weekend, finishing in 4th and getting the fastest lap of the race. So yeah, we've hit the ground running with our new team, and we're going to be looking to continue with that here in Malaysia. Lewis Hamilton winning very dominantly last time in Australia, so he's going to also be looking to carry on his good start to the season, with a lot of the heavy hitters not scoring points, namely Alonso, Button, Vettel, Rosberg. So they'll all be chomping at the bit to get back up the standings. So yeah, let's see what happens. Only one thing to tell you guys about: Lotus have replaced Kovalainen this weekend with Faris Forzi, their test driver, as they are contractually obliged to run a Malaysian driver for at least one race this season, as they are a Malaysian backed team. So nowhere else better to do it than here in Kuala Lumpur. So good luck to him on his debut. And yeah, I'll see you guys for qualifying. Let's go. Barreling towards the final corner on our second lap. We set a banker time of a 1:31.2, which is actually good enough to go provisional pole in this first qualifying session. But are we going to improve? There we go. Up into the 1:30s. I had the car in a rich mix for that second lap. And yeah, very nice indeed. Looking good so far. 7 tenths ahead of the Force India Karun Chandok. Yeah, I'm still getting used to him being in a Force India, but yeah, I'm sure it'll get a little bit more natural as the season progresses. So yeah, we're going to... Yeah, this game's not running in optimal temperature at the moment, as we're going to whack it back into the pits. Carry on with some time, obviously, sim it down, and if we need to go out again, then we'll have to. There's a spinner. There's a spinner. I think that was Al-Gashwari on his fast lap, so lucky he got affected by some of the cars ahead. Anyway, Felipe Massa down in 22nd. He hasn't set a time, obviously. Let's head back to the garage. Get out of this pack of cars ahead of us.
Great job. We're through to qualifying 2.
Thank you, Andy. Up in P6 in the end there. I think, yeah, five drivers you'd probably expect to go quicker than us, finishing ahead of us at the end. Fernando Alonso leading the way. He'll be looking to score good in qualifying to get his season underway. Let's see who's been knocked out. Oh, it's Kamui. My teammate's been knocked out in Q1. That is such a disappointment for him, as we have the rest of the back markers out in Q1 too. No one making it through to Q2 this time. Bruno Senna couldn't match what he did in Australia. So yeah, it's pretty normal at the back. Such a shame to see Kamui out. And Forzi on his debut, not last, so good for him. Yeah, we will continue on to Q2 with a sole remaining Sauber now, which is a real shame. Tiny bit of a corner cut there, but we're only on our banker lap at the moment. It's only going to be, it's 14. Okay, well there's still a second to find to my Q1 time of 1:30.9, but we've whacked it into rich mix now, and Massa is the difference. Massa is the difference between me getting into Q3 or not. Let's see what happens. We need to get this right. We've got Alonso ahead of us who's setting the pace, but it's his team out I'm more worried about. What's it going to be as we cross the line? I think it's good. It's very good. P4 in the end, just ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and yeah, safely through into the next round of qualifying. Like I said, Alonso setting the pace once again, so he's a clear favourite for pole today, just ahead of Jenson Button. let's see who made out. Obviously, Massa is probably the one who got knocked out there. Yep, Sebastian Vettel down in P12. So he's had an awful start to the season so far in that Red Bull. With he's joined by Petrov, Hulkenberg, Maldonado, Chanok, and Ricciardo. So Ricciardo not replicating what he could do in Australia last time round, and Chandok's also going to be pretty disappointed with that too. But yeah, at least we're through. We're looking good for Q3, can't lie. I didn't think I'd be that fast. I thought I'd be more around, you know, Schumacher and Liuzzi. Yeah, that's a cracking lap. Cracking lap. Let's try and emulate that in Q3, shall we? Well, this isn't good, is it? Yeah, this is not good at all. I've simmed to the end of the session. Before this weekend, there was a 0% chance of rain throughout the whole of the weekend. And now it's just started raining in Q3. And that's put my position in qualifying in jeopardy here. We got to do this now. It's only going to get wetter. So our fastest lap is going to be the lap that we set right now. And it's not looking good at all. You can see the spray coming off my tyres, especially when I brake. Yeah, already 5 tenths down in the first sector. I don't think we're going to be anywhere close to P4 at the end here. And hopefully these tyres can hang on. They're not feeling great so far. Yeah, I was actually down like 2nd and 7 tenths in the second sector, so it's just getting worse for us. We're going to cross the line here. It's a 132. You're a 10th off Liuzzi. P10, also 120, 32.7. That is a very poor lap time. Yeah, again, got myself to blame for that one. Yeah, the forecast said there was no chance of rain, so I'm not quite sure. The team lying to us again, the game lying to us. So maybe, again, need to not trust the forecast and just go out. I don't know. This is it, final chance. I need to get it right. Let's try and beat Liuzzi at least. Come on. Down to the line. I think it's going to be a worse time. Yeah, it's going to be worse with P10. Oh dear. That is very poor. Algashar and Liuzzi ahead of us. A second back from the rest, the top 7. That's where I should have been, in the 130s. So yeah, huge disappointment here in Q3. P10 in the end. Yeah, missed opportunity for sure. But let's see who hasn't missed the opportunity. Of course, Fernando Alonso has been quick all session long. Congratulations to him for getting on pole position for tomorrow's race. Robert Kubica, wow, up there in second place in the Renault. Fair play. Front row for him tomorrow. It's fantastic. Marcus Schumacher again, he's had a crazy start this season so far. P3 for him. Lewis Hamilton 4th, Webber 5th, Button 6th, and Rosberg 7th ahead of Alpschweiler, Liuzzi, and myself. Alright, well, P10 for tomorrow. It's not bad, obviously. It's still in the top 10. So, got to stay positive. But we should have the facilities to move forward rather than backwards in this race. And yeah, obviously scoring points is the objective. Yeah, not much more to say. I guess I'll see you guys in the garage tomorrow. It's race day. It's race day here in Kuala Lumpur. Look at that. Clear skies. No % chance of rain. I don't think the forecast can lie to us at all today. Really, no chance of rain. So that's all good. 10th place. Yeah, a bit of a missed opportunity, like I said yesterday. Just naivety creeping back in. I need to stop being so complacent and just go out when I can, as soon as I can. Yeah, P10 is still not awful. My teammate back in 18th, so yeah, I'm kind of flying the flag for Sauber today. But that's fine. 28 laps of the race today. So I think it's a 2-stop strategy, starting on a little bit worn tyres, but not as bad as they were in Australia. And hopefully the tyre wear won't be so drastic this weekend. But I think Malaysia is a way more like abrasive and harsh on the tyres sort of track. So again, not quite sure what's going to happen. Lap 7 for primes, and then onto primes again on lap 17. So they're saying that they can do about 10, 11, 12 sort of laps. But yeah, so it might come in a little bit earlier off these options. Let's see what happens. Surely they can go at least 6 laps. All right, nothing more to say. We know the whole grid. So yeah, let's get out there. Let's try and score some more points today. You might have heard me sniffing, sorry about that. A little bit of cold still lingering. Anyway, we need to focus as the lights go out here in Malaysia for the 2011 Malaysian Grand Prix. It's a decent start compared to Liuzzi ahead of me. And let's try and settle in, find the correct line as we barrel down through the first turn, the snail section. Whoa, Alguersuari's cut across me. Had to dive onto the grass there and avoid him. Don't want to crash into the back of him. As obviously realistic damage is still a thing. I've toned it down for this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. But good run around the outside of Liuzzi. Webber's had a poor start. He's down to 8th place. Hulkenberg up into 11th behind us. God, keep it clean. It's a long race ahead. Hulkenberg goes down the inside of both Liuzzi and I, so I'm down to 11th. What was that? Brake checked. I've been brake checked by Liuzzi. Craziness. Luckily not losing the whole front wing. I feel like if that was in Australia I would have lost my whole front wing there. Is now Alguersuari looking on my inside. That's a good move from him. I'm going to have to use my DRS to defend here. Yeah, pretty crazy start. So Webber's still struggling up ahead. Hulkenberg having a look at him too. Not quite sure who's in the lead. Yeah, P11. It was a mixed start. It was a good start like initially, but Hulkenberg very quick off the start. So he'll be looking to score some points for Williams this weekend. Obviously one of the 3 teams that didn't score points last time out in Australia. But yeah, having no curves for these 2 straights is going to be a little bit of a struggle. Going to have to go into Richmond to compensate. But yeah, end of lap 1. P11. Let's carry on. Right, it's lap 5 here in Malaysia. Nothing's really happened, so this is why you're getting an update now. The tyres actually performing better than I thought. It's not as drastic as it seemed as in Australia. So that's good to see. Should be able to make it to our scheduled pit stop of lap 7. Yeah, still got this huge gaggle of cars ahead of me. Webber just can't find the speed to get past Petrov, who's holding us all up in P7. Liuzzi's been all over Hulkenberg too. I haven't really been close enough to put up a fight to Liuzzi at all. But yeah, we're in a bit of a DRS train at the moment. Didn't really think that would be a problem in this day and age, but whatever. Still P11, 2 laps away from our first pit stop, and hopefully that'll break up this group a little bit. We've dumped all our curves. Maybe we can jump Liuzzi into the pits here, not quite sure. I think he's posturing to go in. Yes, he is. Telegraphed that nicely as we're going to follow him in here. Quite a lot of the rest of the field in for their first pit stops too, so some similar strategies up and down the field. Let's try and get a good pit stop in here as Webber ahead also making his first pit stop, trying to do the undercut on Petrov, it looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot we had to change the front wing. Oh god, that's going to probably put us... Actually no one really behind us pit. So come on, let's go now. Where are we going to rejoin? We're going to rejoin behind HRT. It's Danny Close again.
Track is clear.
We've been jumped by Danny Close. Crazy pit stop from the HRT team.
Only 1 stop to go.
So we've rejoined in 19th. Obviously a lot more drivers yet to make their pit stop. But I think it's time to go into Richards now and try and utilise these fresh tyres whilst I can. Up next, Danny Close. We're sizing up Close here. I could pass him now, but I want the DRS to make it a lot easier and for him to not re-attack us. So we're going to get the switch back here, dump the rest of our cars. He does not have DRS, which is very important. Can we make this move stick? He's weaving left and right, but we're going to take the inside line, and that's a very easy overtake past the HRT. Very nice, up into 13th now as a lot more drivers come in to make their pit stop. Hopefully we haven't lost, what, 2 positions here? A little bit worried about that. Should be okay. Well, we've caught up to Lutzi now. Does he have DRS? He doesn't. Can we get him here? This is our best opportunity. He's going to be defensive as 2 other drivers into the pits around the outside of Lutzi. Can we outbrake him? Have we got the traction to do this? We're in a Sauber, not a Virgin, and we should be able to do it. The outside turns into the inside. He tries to switch back. Yeah, thank you very much. Back up into where we started this race. Into P10 ahead of Lutzi. Very nice. Now we got Hulkenberg after his great start to this race. Let's try and catch after him. And Webber still behind Petrov. This is really ruining his race now. Right, we've crossed over into the halfway point of this race. So I didn't sound.
We've got to find a way past. We're being held up.
Yeah, that's been the story of this second stint so far. We finally crossed over into this halfway point into the race. We're in the second half now, and yeah, we've been stuck behind Hulkenberg for. I know it's only been 4 laps, but it has felt like an eternity. But I'm not sure how it must feel like for Webber up ahead. It's actually Kubica who he's behind, not Petrov. So. Sorry for saying the wrong name this whole time. It's Hulkenberg very slow into that hairpin. Yeah, this is the thing. I'm quicker than him in all the corners. But when I get to the straights, I've just got nothing against that Williams. Very, very fast in a straight line, to be fair to them. But we got our pit stop coming up in 2 laps time. Let's see when he comes in and if we can do some sort of different strategy to him. But this is probably the closest I've been since the start of this stint. So let's try and maybe get around him. I'm going to save a bit more curves than I usually have done, but he's taken that actually really nicely. I've got DRS, but it's not going to be. I'm not going to be close enough. He's very defensive though, so he's clearly wary of us. Can we outbrake him a little bit? No, don't really have the panache for that. I think the tyres are starting to let go as well. They're actually not performing as good as the options were, believe it or not. Look, yeah, got a lot of fuel. So this last stint, I should be very quick and should be able to get past Hulkenberg regardless. So I'm not too worried. It is a tad frustrating, can't lie. Anyway, pit stop next lap. Let's see what happens. Right, we're much closer here. I am considering just passing him before the DRS. Go down the inside. He's broken quite late, to be fair to him. But I think he's going to run out of road and run out of talent. We're up into P9 finally, ahead of Hulk.
Ninth place.
And that's such an important overtake. He's lost out on DRS and Lutz. He's been able to catch up to us both. Yeah, we'll see if Lutz can get past Hulkenberg. It's going to be a tough cookie to crack. Anyway, up to P9 for us. So that's a good overtake to make. Now I've got Webber and Petrov up ahead. If Webber can't get past, so I keep saying Petrov. If I can't get,
Need to find some speed. The car behind is closing in.
I've just found 5/10 in that first set, so I'm clearly being held up by Hulkenberg. Yeah, as I was saying, if Webber can't get past Kubica, then how am I going to be able to get past? But, oh well, got our pit stop this lap. Hopefully, we'll be able to find some time there. Right, it's pit stop time. Look at this. I've already caught up to Petrov and Webber up ahead, and they're staying out. They're staying out. We've got a good chance of an undercut here. As Hulkenberg and Liuzzi also coming into the pits behind me. So we should have a nice clear run through the pit lane here. Let's try and get a good pit stop here with the boys. Come on. Good thing that Force India and Williams are behind us in the pit lane, so we won't get held up, hopefully. No front wing change this time, as we've managed to keep it nice and clean. And where are we going to re-emerge? It's P16. Okay, very nice. P16. Oh god. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Tyres feeling pretty poo as we head back out on track. P16, but we got a lot of cars ahead of us yet to make their second pit stop. Yeah, if you remember at the start of the second stint, there were some people running primes, so could there be some people trying the one stop? It was very lucrative back in Australia for the likes of Sam Bird, Danny Close. I think who else did a one stop? I think Schumacher tried a one stop as well, and just missed out on getting second. But yeah, I'm kind of worried that there's some one stoppers in this race, but we should have the pace to pass them anyway with our fresher tyres. Anyway, P16, Yana Trilly ahead. Oh, would you look at that? It's like the Red Sea parting. Thank you very much. Everyone ahead of us into the pits, including our teammate. So we should be flying out up to P9, and that's Webber. Webber's got past Petrov in the pits. He's going to be very happy with that. But can he keep ahead of us? Can we go down the inside perhaps? Oh, he's touched. We've touched. We made contact. Not sure whose fault that was, but if we have a chance of passing Webber, it has to be now. So he's gone defensive into turn 4. Oh, it's side by side. Oh, I don't know if I've got the talent that we don't want to touch him again. We're side by side into the sweeping left-hander. Can I keep it in? Not sure. He's still there. Oh god, oh, we've managed to do it. What a battle with Mark just then. Great racing, and yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy, but to make these positions, Jesus Christ, you got to get your elbows out. So it's up to P8. Got Corinne Chandok ahead of us, and he's obviously yet to pit. So it should be up to P7. Very nice. What a great undercut on Webber and Kubica. Brilliant. Oh god. As I say that, let's not undo all of our hard work. Alright, heads down now. So we look to finish this race in P7.
We've got a chance of taking another place here. Mix 3.
Pretty certain that's the fastest lap of the race, a 1:32.6. So
that was the fastest lap of the race. Keep that up.
Thank you, Andy, for reiterating that. But yeah, still P8, and Chandok is still ahead. He still hasn't pit, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried as to him staying out. Potentially.
Pick up the pace. The car behind is closing in.
Oh my god, Andy, calm down. All right, 3.5 seconds is the gap up to Karun. We've got 7.5 laps to do so, and if he is carrying on with this one stop, it should be pretty easy, as we're clearly one of the fastest cars out on track at the minute. Okay, Chandok's in. Alright, he was not on the one stop, so that's going to put us up into P7. Thank you very much. Must have got to Rosberg, 9.4. That could be a little bit too far out of reach for us. Yeah, P7 anyway is really good. Like, if I manage to bring home 6 points today, I'll be pretty happy with that. And we are on course to score another extra point for the fastest lap, but still a long way to go. Just need to focus now, whittle these laps down, and wait until the checkered flag. There's actually the gap to Rosberg is increasing, so yeah, it's looking like P7 is the maximum today.
You're increasing your lead over Webber. He's slightly slower than you.
Yeah, I've been maintaining this gap back to Webber ever since we last checked in, but it is now the final lap of the race. Still in P7. We've probably got the gap down from up to Rosberg down by about 2 seconds, just under. So it's been alright in that regard.
Caught by the guy behind. Push.
But we haven't been able to quite drop Webber, who's obviously very fast after passing. It was Petrov. I was wrong. I was right this whole time, sorry. Yeah, it was Petrov that was holding up Webber. And, yeah, not quite sure where Kubica is, obviously after his second place in qualifying. But yeah, it's been a really good race. Had great race pace, to be fair. And and I'm pretty sure I've still got the fastest lap, so it could be 2 fastest lap points in a row for us. P7 up from P10, obviously losing a position or 2 at the start, so it's very nice to gut back to P7 as with tyres really fading away now. And Fernando Alonso, a dominant weekend all the way from qualifying and practice. He has won this race. He has definitely deserved it this weekend and has bounced back from a really poor Australian Grand Prix. But we're going to cross the line, P7. That's very respectable.
Nice job.
Perfect. P7 in the end, like I was saying. Good haul of points for the team and for us. So yeah, decent start to the season so far. Let's carry this on, shall we? Anyway, let's see who finished on the podium. It's Fernando Alonso from pole to the finish. Well done to him. He scores his first points of the season. Lewis Hamilton, yeah, he's going to be leading the way by quite a bit after winning in Australia and finishing P2 up from 4. So well done to him. Kubica on the podium in the Renault. He has deserved that, to be fair. Massive congratulations to him and his team. Well done. Michael Schumacher just missing out on another podium this weekend. He finishes in 4th place. Jenson Button in 5th, up from 6th, and Rosberg up from 7th to 6th. So good points all for Mercedes there. Yep, like we said, P7 for us. Mark Webber in P8. He's had a very frustrating afternoon in that Red Bull. Vitaly Petrov, P9 in the end. Well done to him. And Nico Hülkenberg gets his first point of the season and the first point for Williams. So well done to them. Let's see who just missed out. Yep, Liuzzi in the end, just not quick enough for points today. He'll be pretty disappointed with that. P11. Karun Chandok in P12 after running a different strategy to everyone else. That pretty well worked out well for him, but not quick enough for points, sadly for him. Daniel Ricciardo, after scoring points in Australia, can't match it today, but up from 17th to 13th, so good performance anyway. Pastor Maldonado in 14th, Kobayashi, my teammate, in 15th. Pretty poor weekend from him, but he's definitely quicker during the race. Jaime Alguersuari up in 16th place, D'Ambrosio in 17th, the first of the backmarker drivers. Danny Close up in 18th, he was running ahead of me at one point. Fauzi, he beats his teammate, the Malaysian, at his home Grand Prix, obviously spurred on by the crowd, so well done to him. He finishes in 19th. Sam Bird, P20, can't score points again today, sadly for him. Bruno Senna 21st, and Jarno Trulli 22nd. Vettel and Massa, I'm pretty sure, crashed on the first lap and got in each other's way a little bit, and yeah, they've ruined their races and their weekend. So another pointless weekend for Vettel. Pretty awful for his standards. Anyway, that's the results for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Let's see how they've affected the standings after 2 races. So, after 2 races, Lewis Hamilton has a 16-point lead ahead of Michael Schumacher in 2nd place. Well done to him. He's had a great start to this season. And Fernando Alonso, after today's race, after his win, all the way up to P3. We actually jumped ahead of Massa today after our 7th place and fastest lap, so we're on 20 points now. Really good start to the season for us. We're in 4th place, but let's see how long that lasts after some of the other heavy hitters start to score more consistent and higher points, but we'll take it for now. Robert Kubica, after his podium, shoots up to 6th place. Jenson Button shooting up to 8th, and Nico Rosberg going up to 10th after they all scored their first points of the season. I'm sure you've noticed by now the big shock in the standings. Sebastian Vettel is genuinely last in the standings behind the likes of Fauzi, D'Ambrosio, all the back markers. Well, he's behind everyone. He's last place. What is going on? In the constructors, McLaren also lead the way in that regard, 10 points ahead of Ferrari, who themselves are 8 points ahead of Mercedes. Renault have jumped up 2 places ahead of us and Red Bull. Red Bull going to be really disappointed with their start to the season only on 14 points at the moment. Well, my driver of the day will surely be Robert Kubica after his, I'm pretty sure, first podium for that Renault team, so well done to him. He's deserved that for sure. Anyway, the Chinese Grand Prix is next. Again, I'm still finding out all the quirks of this game. I'm still fiddling with the database and all of that, so that'll continue to change throughout the season. The field might fluctuate throughout the season, but that's how I'm going to learn, I guess. Anyway, Chinese Grand Prix next time out. I'm not sure how we're going to perform, but being in the Sauber should be a lot easier than it was in the Virgin. And could we make it 3-point scoring races out of 3 to start the season? I'd be very, very happy with that, and still beating our new teammate of Kamui Kobayashi. Bit of a more standard race today, but if you did enjoy it anyway, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to continue on this journey with us through the F1 seasons. Anyway, I'll see you guys in Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix. See you there.